Good evening, you Sarah. Tonight's scene is set in Club Gemini in Brujah, where Isabell is coming to feed and take her mind off things lately. She knows this is one place that she's not going to happen upon Bianca. So she's here taking in the lights and the sounds, and right now she's sat herself at the bar on the ground level surveying people dancing and watching the door to see who might come in and out of it.
Probably the person she might see in the dance floor is 2D. She's kind of just staring up at the strobe lights, kind of her eyes kind of wide. She's not dancing with anyone. She's just kind of almost kind of like, it's kind of almost like desperation. She's just looks like she's trying to just take her mind off everything, just rocking from side to side. And it's kind of slow sort of grind and jive. She's not really kind of almost dancing to music of her own rather than dancing to the pop music here.
Isabell sees her and she smiles to herself, but she doesn't move from her position just yet. She sees that she's having fun, but she's going to keep an eye on her, and we'll probably pull her off to the side a little later to speak with her about some stuff.
Okay, and this dude walks in, pretty tall, above average tall, Caucasian man, dressed in slacks and a white shirt. It's not a button up or anything, nothing too fancy. He walks in, takes a look around the club, just kind of. He has this look on his face, almost of not quite disgust, but almost boredom. Almost like everything is just so meh to him. He just kind of just makes his way through the crowd, making small talk.
The club is fairly busy, moderate. It's still early, and it also is a weeknight, so there's ample amount of people in the club.
The dude is just probably he doesn't seem to be talking with anyone more than a few moments. If anybody that comes up to talk to him gets a smile, you see a quick couple of words, and he just kind of moves on and is making his way around the dance floor.
He might bump into 2D actually, because she's just kind of rocking from side to side, kind of not really paying attention with her eyes closed. And she's kind of just bopping to every ounce of the music. They might accidentally crane into each other or something. She'll kind of open her eyes, almost very startled, like, "Oh, sorry."
He just reaches out a hand as if to steady her for a moment, and then takes his hand back. "Oh, I'm so very sorry. My apologies. Are you all right?" His voice, I'm not able to actually do the voice, but his voice is very, very calming. It's not like he seems to be almost trying to keep his voice very calm and neutral, and it's just generally a pleasant voice to listen to.
Fine. Yeah, perfectly fine. She just kind of rubs her hair. Just dancing, that's all. She kind of just does a look and kind of, you want to dance, or are you here with somebody or something, or yeah. She kind of tugs at herself. She's kind of just bopping from side to side.
He shrugs. I suppose if you'd like to dance, I would not be opposed.
Okay, well, I gotta warn you, I'm not very good at it. As when she does dance, she is not very good. Like a squid, it is just arms flailing from side to side. But there's a lot of enthusiasm there. What makes for lack of technique, there is plenty of enthusiasm. In her mind, that counts for something. And she's just literally flopping kind of like this, like it's almost like this kind of mix of a squid and a bird. But she's all smiles, and she seems to just drive her head around to the techno music, and she just seems to just almost lose herself in it.
All right. Well, he's politely dancing along. He seems very. I don't want to say stiff, but he's very. It looks like he's definitely not used to dancing like this. But he's dancing fairly competently.
She kind of smiles. You're not very enthusiastic about this. Do you want a party?
He kind of smiles. And out of character, I didn't quite hear what you said. My apologies.
Oh, she asked, "Do you want a party?"
Okay, thank you. He'll just smile and that sounds good, I think.
She just does a kind of craning of her head and just smiles. She takes you by the hand as leading you toward this partition area. As she might actually spot Isabell with kind of a bright smile on her face.
Isabell is looking for someone to eat. Ooh, cool. And she manages to find somebody. She spots a woman dancing, and she kind of goes up to her. Let's see. Dancing is Dex performance, yeah. And she dances up to her and catches her attention. And the woman seems to be, at least, if not impressed, very enamored by her dance moves. And I'll also roll charisma or appearance subterfuge. No. She tries to give a few seductive looks, but she's not very successful with that. But luckily her dancing saves her. And she takes the woman off to the side, asked her if she would like a private dance lesson. And let's see if her charisma. Oh, cool. Yeah, she convinces her to do so and takes her off to the side, away from, kind of in a dark corner. There's some, actually, there's a couple partition booths that she will take the woman behind, and she will attempt to give her a private dance lesson. And as she does that, she kisses on her neck and sinks her fangs in and takes 2 blood points, licks the wound closed, and sits with her for a few moments, letting her ride the euphoria that she is feeling from the kiss.
So in this, you first, Eric. Go for it.
This is Club Gemini. Well, rumor mill circulating. There's always a place to end up meeting all those kids running around. Seems like the place to end up going, at least, given the discussion of the twins. Twins isn't that every young man's fantasy. No wonder they're so hot for business. Not the reason Bartholomew's here, though. No. He's here because he wants to end up taking a look at the lots, the big spenders. What do they bring to the table? He's got a project in mind, maybe. gonna require some young minds and capable bodies. And given his current physical restrictions, well, plus side is he doesn't need to worry about growing old. He's already there. When he eventually approaches into the doors, he straightens himself out as best he can, though it's quite clear that limp of his continues to haunt him. Though he is sure to keep out of the way of all the youngsters passing by, having fun on the dance floor, looking around to see maybe he'll find those new two. Maybe he'll find what he's looking for. Who knows how the night's gonna be?
So kind of like surging across towards the partition area is Danielle, as she's leading this gentleman from behind her back as she goes into the partitioned room, and she'll sit him down and she'll flick out her makeup case, and there'll be 4 long cigarettes in there, and she'll kind of turn and light one and just hand him one, and then kind of going, you ever try one of these?
He shrugs and just answers very quietly, "Oh no, not my taste."
Oh, then you don't party then. She kind of looks very disappointed, and she just flicks the thing shut and shoves it back in her satchel. As she just takes a long drag then and looks over. So, what's your name?
"My name is Travis." He just gives kind of not really a bow, more of a half bow from his seated position. Seems like a very extravagant, like he's almost like he's putting it on.
She kind of gives an odd sort of smirk and, I'm, she kind of thinks for a second. I'm Danielle. And she kind of sticks out her hand.
He'll shake her hand. "Oh, very nice to meet you, Danielle."
And when he does, she will feel along his wrist, almost just like tracing the edge of his fingers right along his the bone, and just kind of just give a smile at him.
He just smiles back, big, bright smile.
And she'll be kind of cold to the touch as well when he touches her. Like her skin is cold. It's not freezing, it's just cool.
He'll nod at that, just kind of almost seeming like almost like it's to himself, and just kind of seems to be watching more than saying anything at this point.
She's like, "So what brings you to Club Gemini?" She's almost kind of bopping. I'm kind of out of time, but she's also kind of looking around as if she's hearing something, but just kind of nodding.
Perhaps when she's looking around, she might happen to catch a glance of something that doesn't quite belong here. A little bit out of place, just out the corner of her eye. Watching her through purple lenses.
Her eyes kind of narrow, and she kind of looks down and then looks back up, and just kind of Travis will see her just lean forward, that kind of almost like turning her head each time. Give me 1 minute, as she kind of lifts up her finger and is immediately walking out towards this person who is kind of the odd one out, and kind of standing there through with purple shades. She'll kind of approach very cautiously and kind of just stand there staring. "Mr. Bonchet."
Good evening, Danielle. How does the evening treat you thus far?
It's not too bad.
Oh.
Kids doing their thing. She's kind of just nodding along.
Out for a bite to eat and a couple of drinks, and who knows, might get more.
Maybe. Yeah. She kind of just is shrugging to herself. Maybe. Would you like to join me in the partitioned room? There's a young man there. Seems nice enough.
There's somebody I should know.
His name's Travis. I don't know. I just met him there. He was on dancing with me for a while.
Part of the club.
She shrugs. He looks normal.
Don't we all? Don't we? Well, if you wouldn't mind having an old man for company. He kind of gestures with his arm to, maybe it's to offer like a gentlemanly escort all the time, or maybe it's he just needs her for support. Who knows?
She just gives a kind of a smirk and links arms with him, kind of just, and gives a smile. And she's like walking and talking. So, any interesting news I should know about?
Do I look like the kind that ends up spinning yarns? No, Daniel. No. Just getting situated with life in the fast lane again. You know, coming out of retirement.
I can appreciate that.
What about yourself, though, dear Daniel? I've not had the pleasure of running into you. Really should have ended up asking your number. What did they say it now? Ain't got the game I used to. Asking pretty ladies their number.
She kind of smile and just kind of lift her head like this, so she kind of just kind of looks, well, just doing work and, you know, being busy and all that with all the you know how it is, the backward games and everything.
Well, I'd imagine that the night job's keeping you rather busy. I'm surprised to end up seeing you tonight, though. I imagine spending that much time in a white coat might, well, leave you a bit bored. No, it did for me for a while.
She smiles.
Oh, the uniform was different.
She just smiles back. That's why I'm out. Sometimes if you don't go out, you end up going a bit stir. She kind of twitches at the word crazy.
And then, no. Dang it. I ended up telling you before. The difference. I've never once ended up poking fun at you for that. I have no intention on doing so. Far be it from me to end up pushing upon you something that only is your business in that regard. And I value more what happens. He kind of takes a moment with his cane and taps it to his head and places it down quick enough to keep himself on balance and in base. Besides, young lady like you shouldn't end up walking around without proper escort now. Don't let the face fool you. Still whoop somebody's back quarters with it.
She smiles kind of a bit cheery at that as she kind of strides in and goes, Travis, this is my dear friend, Mr. Bonchet. And she kind of gives a smile and just kind of, you know, almost like just, you know, gives Bartholomew a slight squeeze and goes and sits down, kind of.
Well, pleasure to meet you, Travis. He extends a hand. If you take it, you might notice the skin is cool. The grip is soft, and the touch of his skin is almost that of tissue paper. It feels like any rough motion might actually cause him to tear and bleed out on a moment's notice. But he seems firm enough as it is. Pleasure, dear sir.
Travis stands very elegantly. It's not like he's putting on, just kind of like naturally, and extends his hand, shakes his hand. Pleasure to meet you.
Bartholomew Blanchet. Don't mind me, please. Might I end up sitting down?
He gestures to the be my guest, sir.
Such a gentleman, really. He places himself down. He has this warm, grandfatherly smile to him. Travis. Didn't catch the last name. if you don't mind, or is it a case of you dispense with the pleasantries?
She nods. My name is Travis Knight. My apologies.
Well, been learning a thing or two about that, getting back into the nightlife myself. I'm assuming that's a given name, or is that one you just decide to take for yourself?
Given name.
Well, don't go all silent on me, or am I interrupting something?
Oh, no, dear sir, you're not interrupting anything. I'm just learning.
Learning about what? Please do tell.
Well, I don't frequent these kind of clubs very often, I must admit. Still learning the social structure, I guess I would say.
Social structure. Well, I guess you don't look like the type of swing dancers.
Oh, I'll admit I'm not. It's not my preferred medium.
Oh, what is your preferred medium?
I simply prefer to folk dance. It just gives a not really a smile, just kind of a bit of a grin.
Folk dance. Well, been a long time since I walked the line in that regard, but maybe this isn't your scene. Not gonna lie. Music I'm listening to right now, I can hear it through the walls, just, I don't know, rings like it's a bunch of noise to me, quite frankly, though it might be able to carry a beat if I'm paying attention. I'm not.
No, normally you're usually intoxicated when you're listening to it. That's why everyone loves it so much. Danielle kind of rolls her eyes.
Well, unfortunately, I gave up alcohol a while back. The old liver can't take what it used to, It used to be a time when I'd probably drink you under the table. Yeah, Travis, though. I doubt that's the case anymore, strapping young man like yourself.
He just nods. I'm actually here looking for someone. That's why it's out of my normal way to come here.
Well, it looks like you found two someones. Again, though, if you care to, I'll just end up making my way out the door and call it an evening. But don't seem like much of a talker.
He just gives a polite smile. I don't really have anything to say yet, I'm afraid.
Well,
About this time, you hear someone else coming in. You hear the partition move, and Isabell comes in the area and pulls it closed behind her. Well, looks like there's a party up in here.
imagine that's the case, Miss.
My name is Isabell Bell Murphy.
Miss Isabell Murphy. They're shortening the names already. Guess I should be grateful that you didn't introduce yourself as Is.
Oh, no. Goodness, no. I don't go by anything but Isabell. I don't do my name short. Anyway, no. She looks actually very visibly put off by the thought of being called Is or Izzy or anything like that. No.
Well.
And who might you be?
Oh, pardon me. How rude of me. My name is Bartholomew Blanchet. Pleasure to meet you, ma'am. He extends his hand, palm upward.
She puts her hand in his, and her hand feels only slightly cool to the touch, and she has actually color to her skin. And if he feels for a pulse, there's a faint one.
Pleasure to meet you, mademoiselle. I am all aghast with the pretty ladies we are paired with you tonight. Isn't that right, Travis?
He smiles, nods. Yes, they are quite intriguing.
Intriguing. Oh, come on. You can flatter better than that. After all, women end up surviving on food, shoes, and compliments.
Isabell takes a look at Travis and kind of narrows her eyes a little bit as if she's trying to remember something. Travis. Why does that name sound familiar?
Uh-oh, that's the first stage for Alzheimer's kicking in right there.
No, I don't think so.
Bad colored joke, my dear. Bad colored joke.
Oh, I know.
Friend of yours, Isabell? As 2D kind of stands.
Not yet.
Oh, yeah. He's so adorable you could just eat him up.
Well, I think that he is, Travis. That's your name, correct?
Nods. Gives a bit of a bow again. Travis Knight at your service.
And polite, too. Well, it's very nice to meet you. Who is your sire?
Miss Page, of course.
Oh, right, Annabelle. I remember her talking about you. That's why you sounded familiar. Well, it's nice to finally meet you. And she sticks her hand out for you to shake.
Shakes her hand. His hand is also only slightly cool. Same if she reaches for a pulse. And he just gives a bright smile.
So what brings you to your sire's club this evening?
Well, I heard it was a good place to meet the locals. So it is. So it could be said.
Indeed it is. I've been coming here on a regular basis since it opened about 10 years ago.
He gives a bright smile. Oh, that's great. Good to hear.
Yes, opening night was quite a show. Very successful, and of course you can see it's been successful ever since.
Yes, that's definitely noticeable, I'd say.
And Annabelle definitely likes to entertain. And she's a very good dancer.
There is a soft tapping from the most awkward Brujah in the city, quite possibly. She's been here. Sin has been here once before. The problem is she had her sire with her last time. She doesn't really know how this works. She just kind of taps meekly. She doesn't open it.
There's a security guard usually stationed outside the partition area, and he can help you.
Okay, in that case, she probably, does the thing. And so she enters very, very meekly. You could probably see someone's head popping above the partition as she kind of ducks under the top. I can't remember what it's called. The top part of the door. She has to duck.
There's no actual door. It's
Or
just it's like a screen.
Oh, okay. That's what I get for missing the descriptions. So yeah, she kind of she very neatly she's tried to dress up. She's found something that's not quite thug. Um, so she's just it's just something rather plain at this point. Um, she's not carrying anything on her. Um, but she just very meekly says, "Hello. It's a pleasure to meet all of you."
Hello, Sin. It's nice to see you again.
She nods.
That's. I'm sorry. Can you say that again? I think I misheard that. The young
Her
lady's
name's Sin.
name.
Her
Her
name's
name's Sin.
Sin. She goes by Sin.
You're kidding me, right?
No, not even in the slightest.
Well, do have to apologize for me, Miss Sin. There's a bit of an awkwardness in his demeanor when he ends up looking at this giantess that he can only wonder about, this old man looking at her. Well, do have to apologize. I'm just curious. Naming conventions wouldn't have been my first choice. That a given name or something your parents decided to toss your way, or
It's been about 10 years. It was my name after I left home.
after you left home. Oh, well, everybody has to sprout their wings, I suppose. No. Do pardon an old man's curiosity, though. I'd be wondering now. Is she dressed currently in the same manner as in the picture?
Yes. It's just something plain that doesn't make her look like a thug.
Yeah, well, a woman as tall as you might, do well to end up dressed in something longer. Imagine a miniskirt works very well when the eyes have to look down, but when all the eyes have to look up, it starts to give old men ideas. And unfortunately, I didn't bring my lovely blue pills today.
Sin just kind of turns her head to the side, looking at this weird old man. Almost as though she's heard much worse. So this can't be that bad. At least he's slightly subtle about it. She just kind of awkwardly says, thanks.
I don't
It's
make
about
it,
all like
kid.
Danielle just goes, Mr. Bonchet. She kind of just does this like shocked exclamation and just kind of just a smile emerges across her face. She does that.
Oh, I
Isabel's
do
also
apologize.
got this kind of feigned, shocked look on her face, much in the same manner as Tootie.
Ladies
Sin
and
just kind
gentlemen.
of still looks awkward.
Don't worry about it, young giantess. It's more of a case of an old man using humor to break the ice. Besides, I'm taking more of a crack at you or more of a crack at myself than you, dear miss. Let's break the ice appropriately. Or inappropriately, as the kids seem to get along with these days. In which case, don't end up thinking I haven't heard them all.
I actually haven't heard that one. That was original.
Glad you appreciated it. Always good to end up having a bit of humor, after all. You need to take offense. Can't be given. And I'm too old to be worried. End up getting upset over little things like that. Ah, don't be shy, Missy. Come, sit. Take a seat. And he takes his cane and pushes a seat out near towards you.
Danielle will offer a seat as well by her. She just kind of gives a bright smile for whoever wants to sit beside her as well. Kind of lighting a cigarette as she's doing it, just kind of her smile kind of widening and widening and widening.
Sin just takes a seat. She's not really too worried about which one, but she's also not sure if she should be.
Oh, honey, please don't get yourself. I have my tail chasing days long gone. And besides, looks like you're a little lost.
So, Sin, what brings you to Club Gemini this evening?
Sin, she clears her throat now that there's a non-awkward question to answer. Every other question seems to be not awkward now. It's amazing. She says, "Well, I've been here once before, and it seems like a good place to meet people." And she kind of looks down. I figured it wouldn't be nice to show up looking like I'm from some part of a street gang.
Well,
Why would
that's the beauty of this place is that it's for college students, so you can just kind of look like whatever you want. Most of them are going to be too drunk to care. However, you are extremely tall, and, well, I kind of agree with Mr. Bonchet. Something a little longer might benefit you if you don't want everybody trying to catch a look.
Danielle just kind of gives her an awkward look, like, why would you go to a nightclub dressed like a street gang member? Is that kind of just like she raises her eyebrow and just kind of stares at you, kind of craning her head to the side, just kind of listening really intently?
Do you normally dress like a gang member? Are you part of a gang?
No, you usually don't just go wearing like you're in leather ready to ride a motorcycle. You dress in something else. I just don't really have anything else. I haven't needed it.
Dear. Why would you end up there saying such things? You not needing a good time. Woman of your stature requires some finery at the very least. Or at the very least, a bit of luxury transportation that would accommodate your size. I think it's something along, maybe a little less elegant, but something that defines what I see here. And most definitely, I would end up qualifying as capable. Please, Sin. And if I have caused you offense, well, I do apologize. Just take it as a joke from an old senile man. Still, you gotta end up taking a wonder. You end up saying, dressed like a gang member. Why ever would somebody want to present themselves as such?
There are stylish and casual clothing out there for people of your size. Now, I, as someone who is extremely short, sometimes have trouble finding clothes that fit me as well, but they're a little bit easier altered.
Danielle kind of just stands up abruptly, or you could just dress like this. She kind of gestures in the leather jacket and Converse and a dress, kind of going, you could just mix and match maybe. She kind of gives you an awkward smile.
Long dresses like maxi dresses would be good. If you like that sort of thing.
To be fair, I would end up saying that the slit side dress might end up being more appropriate after all. You end up having longer legs, then I think that that should be shown to the world. If you got a gift, flaunt it. After all, it's not going to be there forever.
Sin just kind of nods, just kind of accepting all these weird, random suggestions.
Travis is just sitting back. He's probably taking a seat at one of the chairs. He's kind of lounged up, just watching all this with a big smile on his face, not commenting. He's just enjoying watching the show.
Well, nevertheless, you said you came here for a specific reason, to meet people. Well, congratulations. You met people, Sin. So, might I end up asking, were you actually looking for somebody more specific? Or just trying to end up find out what kind of hodgepodge you might run into this night?
Oh, no one specific. Just looking to meet people.
Oh, well, you've definitely ended up brightening up my evening. Still, I know she's still standing. You're just that uncomfortable.
No, she did take a seat. She just took one of the seats.
Which one, if you
Tootie-
don't mind me asking?
Oh.
One beside
she
Tootie,
took
or the one beside
She
Bartholomew?
took the one that wasn't next to the weird old guy.
That's 2D. That's me. 2D seeing Sin beside her will turn and open up her makeup case and kind of smile at Sin, kind of very innocently, going, "Do you party, Sin?"
No, not really.
Why not, George?
Usually,
Danielle.
What?
And Isabell just kind of gives her a look.
She just smiles. Oh, it's just a cigarette. She just like holds up a cigarette, kind of just smiling at her, kind of.
Just a cigarette, right? All right.
Oh, I'm being polite. And she kind of looks up at Sin, kind of just like, doing that. As she
Isabell gives Tootie a playful glare.
It's sometimes handy as well if you're looking for people to have a snack on, to give them these. Much better effect that way. She just gives you a smile. Just a suggestion.
thanks.
She'll hand her a cigarette. Just get him to,
It does seem to take her a second. She seems tired now that she's sat down. But yeah, thanks.
Oh, well, you look tired. I can hook you up with something that'll get you a bit more energetic to give to your food.
No, it's not that. I just didn't sleep well.
Oh, that's a shame. So, do you need any help? Cause she kind of like bites her lip awkwardly. Cause we can totally do that. Cause you're really tall and you get a lot of attention, so it might be easier.
No, thanks. I usually go alone.
Okay. She's kind of.
Oh, you don't need to be alone all the time.
Now, the young lady ended up asking for her space. If she's a big girl, she can end up making her own decisions.
I suppose. Well, if you decide that you would like some help, you let me know.
Most definitely. Oh, I'm sorry, you were talking to her.
Yes, I was talking to her.
Mr. Bonche, I don't like how rude you're being, as Danielle just gives him a playful smile. It's very non-gentlemanly of you. She just gives him a very rude smile.
Isabell kind of rolls her eyes at him.
Yeah. But the nice part about it, when you end up getting to my stature, is you can kind of stop really caring about those little things. What I do care about more than anything is well, shouldn't end up tipping the hand that quickly, but suffice it to say, my interest lies specifically in making sure that the young ladies in my presence are accommodated and sought well to.
She just kind of giggles to herself. She looks back at Sin. You never actually told me what you did. You never actually told me what you did. Do you play guitar like full time? Or is that just like a random thing you do? She's kind of looking at her quizzically.
I just picked it up in the last year.
So what do you do full time then?
Full time. I watch warehouses.
So like security type stuff?
Yeah. So I was lucky to get it with a felony on the record after all. I was surprised.
Felony work is not too hard to find. It depends on what type of felony usually. I knew a guy when I was working in textile laundry, he had a rap sheet and he was able to get work no problem. She's just it's kind of a bit hard, like, you know.
Yeah, usually when you're put up for almost beating someone to death, you don't get a security job. That's why I was surprised.
Danielle kind of just gives her a look like, I wouldn't start saying that out in public, saying it's not kind of good for the reputation.
Yeah, Isabell kind of has this almost appalled look on her face and kind of looking at her like, really? You're going to say that?
And Sin, meanwhile, is completely oblivious because she doesn't really know about polite conversation.
2D kind of just clicks her fingers at Sin and kind of just lets her to do this and kind of leans in going, listen, these are Toreadors and Ventrue. Okay? They don't like when you delve down low. She's kind of whispering, looking back with a smile on her face. You have to be
Isabell
polite.
is smiling, like... yeah, she's trying not to laugh too.
Danielle's kind of smiling at her, but she's being very genuine. She's like, you can't say it out loud that you nearly beat someone to death because people will get the wrong idea. First impressions are everything. Remember? That's how you get good work.
She nods. And
just
awkwardly saying, not that it's happened recently.
Well, that's good at least. And she kind of just gives this kind of like strange look at you and goes, look, the best thing to do is just say you had a bad experience and you've evolved from it or some preachy stuff like that. But you never tell people what you actually did because then the game is up. Isn't that right, Mr. Bonche? She just gives it. When she turns away from Sin, she just gives this big, huge smile. Like, you know.
Well, it's always nice to end up keeping some cards to your chest. And on the other hand, I'm sure that whatever time Lady Sin ended up doing, she has paid her dues to society. And in doing so is, like all those who have served their time, deserving of a chance to start anew to benefit society. After all, it costs too much to keep them locked up. Besides, a woman like that, temper, I can only imagine if I wouldn't want to be on the wrong side of you. And besides, sometimes it's always good to have appropriate friends. Still, I would end up suggesting a certain degree of caution. Perhaps, my dear, you have a card or a way to get a hold of you.
She it's like, well, I don't really carry cards, but I do have a phone.
Well, I would love to end up receiving that number if you'd be so kind. He pulls out a small notepad and a pencil and he gestures towards you. Please, if you'd ever be so kind.
She nods and writes down a number and then passes it back.
I appreciate it, my dear. Now I know you might have some, how do I put this politely, hesitations with dealing with the perverted old man, and that's fine. But yeah, I'm talking to Grandpa Bart, and he won't steer you wrong.
I can hook you up too. I know a guy who owns an industrial laundry, and he always needs protection about things.
Besides, imagine it's a lot more difficult for you to get around from time to time.
She nods. Thank you.
Don't mention it. I'm just trying to look out for my... how do I put this? Well, I try and end up keeping tabs and make sure that everybody's well off and finding their place in the world. It's important, you know. Find your place in the world.
She nods.
It seems like everybody's just jumping at the chance to help you, except dear Travis. Travis, you gone all quiet, said you got nothing to end up adding into the conversation. But still, I would love to end up hearing your spiel on this whole bit. After all, only good to end up hearing from the youngsters.
Just smiles. Big bright smile. It seems to me that young senior is just learning. That's all.
Well, that being said, we end up having ourselves a wonderful little gathering, portrait. What would you call this little gathering? What do you think you'd call it?
Well, I know. I just call it a party. That's what I'd call it.
Yes, I guess you could end up saying that. Still, I think there's a few little tidbits I need to end up getting to. And I'm sure that we all don't want to be caught up in this dusty old room. So I'm willing to end up hitching a ride for anybody. If you need to drive out somewhere, I might be heading that way. Please. The music's just starting to get to me.
Well then, Mr. Bonchet, don't let us keep you. I'm sure you're up past your bedtime anyway.
Oh, you know I am, dear. Early to bed, early to rise, and all that nonsense. Well, he slowly raises himself up. My dear, he looks up at dear Lady Sin. I will look forward to seeing what you have to offer in our little gathering in the nights to come. You've been a wonderful lady with Suffice it to say, you've been absolutely upstanding and have brought a smile to an old man's face. I hope that ends up warming your heart as it does mine.
She gives an awkward smile. Says, "Thank you. Have a good evening."
Stand up a little straighter, dear. It's all about confidence. And you gotta end up having some confidence in you. I mean, you know what you can do. You say it yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, he raises his hat off his head. I wish you all to do a bonsoir, bonne nuit, et au revoir, mes amis.
Have a great night, Mr. Blanchet.
With that, Mr. Blanchet starts to slide the door open, starts to wobble himself out a little bit, walking outside the crowds, watching, observing the kind go from place to place, who they're interacting with. Who is it that's delivering the drinks? Who is it that catches his attention? Well, either way, he got what he needed tonight.
After Bart leaves, Isabell looks at Tootie and says, Danielle, do you still carry around any of that hand sanitizer that Teddy gave you?
Yeah. She just reaches into her pocket and squirts some on your hand.
Yes, thank you. And she rubs her hands with hand sanitizer.
Danielle just has a smile on her face. Now that the angel of death has left the room, should we go and dance or something? She just gives a bright smile.
Travis just elegantly stands again and walks over from the seat. I was seated at a different table, but walks over. Why, of course, we should always dance when we have the chance. So,
coming,
why
sis?
don't you come with us?
Yeah, 2D's kind of taking her hand and like, you're coming with us whether you're looking or not sort of look, basically. You're dancing with us.
Sin follows along.
But out of character, how tall is Sin? Like,
1 inch taller than what this picture is. She's 6'10".
6'10", okay.
So what you're saying is that she stands at exactly 5 foot near 20 or 22. Okay.
Yeah, 2D's 5'8", so she fucking towers over hers.
Isabell is 5'4".
She's an entire toddler's body, higher than pretty much everyone else.
Yeah, so
She's only about 9 inches taller than Travis, so he's probably on her other side, just kind of walking alongside his hands in his pockets as they're walking.
He's not quite as dwarfed.
Yeah, not quite.
her and 2D just probably look like the oddest pair. It's this tiny little, she's just kind of striding quite determined beside her to go out and dance. Beside this, gigantic Amazon of a woman, with this little bright, happy little pixie sort of a one. And she's like, remember about the cigarette? She's like, tries to whisper in your ear, but she's almost kind of just like, I'm not going to bother. So she just kind of proceeds to literally just start bopping to the music, and all of you kind of watch her do her weird little squid bird type dance, and she just starts to flop her way into looking to see will someone finally find her attractive. And yeah,
Travis, for his part, stands at the edge of the crowd for a moment, looks up at and smiles brightly. Wow, would you like to go first? Would you like me to go first?
Sorry, was that the Sin?
Yes, that was the Sin.
She said, well, you can go first. Yes.
He nods and gives a smile. And out of character, dancing is charisma performance, correct?
dexterity
Mm,
performance.
kind of
Dex performance.
dexterity. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So he watches for a moment, kind of watches how people are dancing, and then after a moment just steps into the crowd and seemingly just melts. And he's not outstanding, but he's doing a good job blending in. And as he's dancing, he just kind of does like the finger motion, like not really a come hither motion, but a pulling Sin into the crowd. That sort of motion.
Sin, for her part, even though she doesn't really know what she's doing. She's still dancing pretty well. She's fairly limber, which helps her a lot to not be almost 7 foot tall walking klutz ball.
Well, you guys are seeing the odd like squid sort of motion as Danielle has finally got a success in her dancing. So she is just it looks almost like symmetry, and she's just squirming her arms like this basically.
Isabell has actually made her way over to Tootie and has started dancing with her, trying to imitate her squid dance as much as she can. And as she's dancing with Tootie, she leans in kind of close and she goes, "Bart's kind of something else, isn't he?"
She's nodding. Yeah, sure, he's Duloc's kid. What do you expect, Isabell?
I
She's kind of
know.
doing these complex motions while like sticking her face right into yours.
I know. I mean, he was kind of funny at some points, but yeah, I don't know about him.
You just gotta remember when dealing with a vulture, you just gotta beware. He'll eat the carcass of you no matter what sort of breed of animal you look like.
I know.
just-
So you got to give him another carcass to eat, and we did just that.
Exactly. She kind of is just kind of awkwardly dancing beside you, kind of just like
I feel kind
looking
of
over.
I feel kind of bad for Sin though. She just seems so awkward.
I'm awkward. I don't feel bad.
Well, you're different awkward though. You're cute.
She's when you say different, she just slows her dancing down almost to like just a stopping motion, kind of like continue as you kind of went. But when you see Dude, she kind of immediately just kind of eyes you and just smiles a bit, and she proceeds then to dance. But she kind of looks over, kind of going, maybe you should tell Bianca to keep an eye on her or something. I mean, she's like talking about beating people to death and stuff.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I already planned on that. As much as I'd love to keep eating her, she needs to be taught a thing or two.
If you
And
want,
I'm not going to do it. She's a Brujah.
if you want, she seems to be hooked up in the she's kind of whispering, dancing beside you in the criminal world. I still have a few contacts. If you want, she could work for me. I'm nice.
Yeah, just be careful doing that. Keep an eye on her if you're going to do that.
Isabell. She kind of just gives you a look like, please. I know what I'm saying. It's. She guys goes, you don't go from textile laundry to pharmaceutical engineering, Isabell.
I know.
She kind of.
I know that.
She'll actually go over, kind of pulling over. Travis seems nice, and he's cute, so she's kind of pulling you towards Travis then, and doing her awkward like squid dances. It almost looks menacing as she's kind of advancing towards Travis like this. Her hands are kind of. It'd probably be terrifying if she's trying to be attractive.
He as he's dancing, he just kind of notices and just flashes that bright smile again. Very charming smile, and elegantly dances his way towards them. It's very. It looks like he's understanding what everybody else around is doing, and it's just copying. But it doesn't seem like there's that look of someone who's actually enjoying what they're doing. It seems almost put on, almost is the kind of impression you get. Like it looks like he's just going through the motions.
Isabell kind of gives him a curious look.
Yeah, so
You don't seem too happy to be here.
Just kind of leans in a bit. Well, I was looking for Miss Page, but she doesn't seem to be here. And I'll admit this isn't my favorite kind of dancing, so it's just kind of way to pass the time, I suppose.
I understand. Yeah, it's kind of hit and miss lately for them, but Annabelle seems to be here more often than her sister. Maybe you'll catch her another night. Maybe she took the night off.
Oh, well, it's not exactly like it's a big deal. I got to have a show anyways. He just flashes that big, cheat like smile again, the charming smile.
Isabell smiles back. Yes, indeed. Indeed you did. Plus, you got to meet me, so that's a plus.
Oh, it always is, Miss Isabell. It's always so. He pauses, speaking for moments. He looks like it's always so enlightening meeting another of our esteemed family.
Indeed it is. Well, I am glad to meet you, and hopefully we'll get to know each other.
Oh, I'm sure we'll get to know each other very well, Miss Murphy.
Where is Sin actually? Is 2D? Well, I'm assuming she's not hard to bloody find, but like, where is she exactly?
She's just kind of dancing. She's like gravitating towards the edge of the dance floor, the other edge that's closer to the door.
The squid dances start advancing towards Sin, almost kind of, but she have a smile on her face as she kind of awkwardly just stands beside you, kind of dancing, going, "Are you looking for work?" And she's kind of bopping her head, like it barely looks like she's even speaking.
No, I've already got something.
Okay, well, you miss out. A lot of pay.
Not really worried about that.
Okay, well, shame. She just kind of looks up at you, because you could buy a new dress. She just kind of gives you this like teasing smile, just craning her head.
I think I'm going to wear things that are more comfortable from now on.
Oh well. She'll kind of look up then. Well, it's a shame because I know my way around the face and stuff. So if you ever want, just give 2D a call and stuff, because I can hook you up. She just kind of gives you. It barely looks like she's talking to you. She's just bopping her head just in one constant motion, as she just kind of abruptly turns and just like she heard something. Did you say something to me? She just turns and faces at you.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Okay. She just kind of looks around the dance floor and stretches out your hand to it and like pushes against the bone just to look at you, like really intently.
She looks very confused.
Okay. Well, like I said, she just kind of just gives an awkward kind of twerk as if she just heard something again, and she twitches and just Isabel will watch her awkwardly kind of go off to the bathroom, kind of rubbing at her hair and stuff like that.
Isabell sees this, and she kind of pulls Travis out of the crowd a little bit, still dancing, and she hands him one of her business cards that has her phone number on it.
He'll smile and pocket it, give her a wink.
Well, I hope to hear from you soon. I'd like to get to know you a little better. After all, we are family.
He smiles and gives another elegant bow. Not really mocking, just kind of over the top. Oh, it'd be my pleasure.
In return, she gives a slight curtsy to him, and gives him a big, genuine smile, and then heads off to the bathroom to check on Tootie. So she's in the bathroom now.
Oh, you spot Daniel's brown hair just whiz past into a cubicle. She almost just shuts the door.
Tootie,
What? Who
are
is it?
you? It's Isabell.
She cranes her head out the door and looks at you kind of very seriously and
Are
just
you?
reaches out like and touches your hair.
She actually,
Okay.
she extends her hand for her to feel.
She does and pulls like she literally yanks you into the cubicle.
She obviously allows herself, but is a bit taken aback, so she lets out a little bit of a yelp. But she shuts the door. She turns around and locks the door behind her. Are you all right? What's going on?
I'm fine. It just I heard something. She kind of clicks her teeth. Heard something, that's all. Nothing worried about me. She just kind of gives you this like fake sort of cheerleader smile.
You want me to stay with you? I will.
No, just I'm infected, remember?
No, you're not. And even if you are, I don't care.
They will.
Well, don't worry about them. You have me.
She just gives you this look. No. Never mind. You go and leave me. I want to just just need to get high, that's all. Because normally when I get high, I don't have to think. And when I think, she just kind of cranes her head from side to side.
You want me to help you find someone?
I can't feed. Remember, I'm infected.
Right. Sorry. She takes Tootie's hand and squeezes it.
We should go back out there. I just thought I heard something, that's all. I didn't mean to frighten anyone. Did I frighten anyone?
No,
Do you think
you
do you
didn't.
think
I just saw you come in here and you were in kind of a hurry, so I was just worried. Just wanted to check on you.
Do you think they suspect something's wrong with me?
No,
You
they
sure?
don't. Yes, I'm sure. They don't suspect anything.
Okay. She just kind of goes abruptly, nods, and takes a look at you, squeezes your hand again, and just walks back out of the cubicle, back out to the dance floor.
And Isabell follows her out. And Isabell will then say her goodbyes to Tootie and ask her one more time, are you sure that you're all right? I'd be happy to stay with you if you need me to.
She shakes her head. I'm fine. I just heard things.
Okay,
Don't worry about me.
You call me if you need anything, okay?
She just nods. And she actually reaches into her satchel and hands you a burner phone. Only off that one. That has my number on it. Only call that one.
She takes the phone. Okay, I will. And
she just nods and gives her an awkward hug.
And Isabell accepts the hug and gives her a tight squeeze.
See you later.
Be safe. And she gives a little wave to Travis on her way out. And Isabell heads on out of the club and to her haven.
She's just gonna sit there and dance for the rest of the night on her own.
Sin leaves the squid and goes to more comfortable environs, as in anywhere else but a Toreador club.
And I believe... Oh, go ahead, Travis.
Yeah, Travis is going to do some hunting before he heads home.
Okay.
What are the roles he needs to make? Simply because I'm unfamiliar with the hunting rules.
Okay. There's a feeding chart on the forum. but I'll tell you.
Okay.
So this area is the palm. Finding difficulty is 7, so you'll roll perception alertness to find someone. And then feeding difficulty is also 7, so however you lure them in is difficulty 7, and then you, if you're successful for that, then you take them, you know, somewhere private.
Okay, so like he does see someone? Just because I kind of want to get like an idea of how this works.
Yeah, he sees someone. You can pick out, you know, whatever he finds attractive, and or you know, a suitable vessel. You can describe how much or little you want of that person.
Okay, he probably finds a younger, not too young woman, probably in her, kind of on the edge of being too old to be at this sort of club. And he just kind of makes his way over to her very quietly. He's projecting a more older, serious, gentlemanly persona as he approaches. And he just starts chatting her up.
So for chatting, you do charisma subterfuge or charisma performance, either one.
Okay. Charisma subterfuge. You said the diff is 7?
Yep.
Okay. So there's one success, yeah.
Cool. And she's captivated.
He'll just kind of string her along for a bit, end up probably taking her back to his haven and feeding. Probably she's probably going to wake up the next morning in his bed feeling very happy and pleased with the night she had. But he'd at that point not be around because he doesn't sleep in his bed.
Alrighty. And if that is everyone, that is where this scene comes to an end.